For our first circuit in this workout, we're gonna do squats and then we're gonna go into med ball throws. As always, squat, it's kind of up to you what form you wanna do. We've shown you a bunch of squats here, holding on, elevating those feet, making yourself taller or moving the floor down, giving you some extra clearance. Those are always in play. You can always do a back squat. I'm gonna show you front squat today, but whatever you're really feeling, whatever your programming is, with the emphasis that we're doing squat, we're gonna try to push the weight. For our front squat, the benefit to this is working on a lot of that anterior core, and it helps us stay upright, which is a big thing in the squat. So many people have gotten, it almost looks like a hinge where they're dropping their chest so much. In a true squat, we want to move straight down and keep ourselves upright. We want to think moving like an elevator, straight up and down, not forward and backward like stairs or like an escalator. Move like an elevator up and down. So for my front squat, I'm going to grab a little bit wider than shoulder width apart. All right, I'm going to get underneath and I'm going to get my elbows up, and I'm always trying to force my elbow up. You'll feel a lot of people getting that rack hold. They have the lack of strength and mobility here. That can be a big limiting factor. A lot of times what folks will do is take a set of straps, hook them up, and then they'll hold the straps here instead of trying to get their hand underneath the bar. That can be a big help. Some people, their wrists just don't like the front squat. Make sure that you got the wrist and the shoulder mobility to do this before you try to load up a bunch of weight. Okay? Again, any type of squat is going to work for you. So I'm going to get underneath. I'm going to get those elbows nice and high. Get my feet set. And then I'm going to pull myself straight down. And the whole time I'm trying to keep my elbows up. So I'll kind of turn here for the camera. And as you can see, I'm trying to keep my elbows up as I squat down. I keep that chest up. Okay, it's very challenging. Some people like to slip that pinky off. That's fine. Okay, using my core to keep myself upright, and I try to pull my hips down. So this forces us to keep that chest up. If we drop that chest forward, the bar is going to roll off. So I really like this front squat to help us with that upright position. As always, keeping that core tight, and pulling ourselves down into the squat. After that, we're going to take the med ball. We've been doing this outside a whole bunch. Right now they're cutting grass outside, so I'm not going to be out there. We're going to take the med ball, we're going to squat, having it low below our waist, squat down into it, and we're going to explode, throwing up overhead. So we're going to explode from our hips and launch up. We're using our legs to help our upper body and really get that power. So we want to use our core to connect, explode from those legs, transfer that power from the core, and as we reach our apex, we're reaching and throwing up and back. So we want that nice big 45-degree angle to come up. Explode out of here too. So use those legs, boom. We don't want to have you want to really explode, try to throw that ball as far as you can. Then, with the sense of urgency, turn, sprint, get that ball. Get yourself set here so we don't have to worry about rushing. Squat, launch it overhead. Again, making sure that we're throwing power, sprint, get that ball, and go back. We're going to do 6 of those. On our squats, we're going to do sets of 6 to 8 if we're using a barbell, sets of 10 to 12 if we're going to use that kettlebell, okay? Again, keeping that posture upright, making sure that we're using the ball, we're using our legs, and throwing up overhead, getting the max power out of there. We're going to do 4 working sets. When you're warming up for this, we want to squat with a lightweight. If you're going to use a barbell or the kettlebell, use a lightweight barbell, lightweight kettlebell to ramp up. And when we're feeling good and ready, make sure that you're ready to go. Get that weight on there and let's push it. For our second circuit in this workout, we're going to do an incline dumbbell press. So again, we're going to try to keep the weight as heavy as we can while keeping ourselves safe. To get started, put the dumbbells up on your knees like this, and we're going to rock and roll back. Okay, get yourself nice and set. I'm going to use my legs to push myself up onto my upper back. So it's not a dramatic movement. I'm not trying to push myself all the way up the bench. I'm just getting tension and putting my weight in my upper back. Notice how my hands are at a 45-degree angle to my body. I don't want to be over-pronated like this. You can go more neutral, that's fine, especially if your shoulders give you some issues. So neutral is okay, but we don't want to over-pronate and keep our palms facing our feet. Keep that nice 45-degree angle. Again, pushing yourself on your upper back. From here, I'm going to press straight up. Notice I'm not banging my waist together at the top. I push straight up over my shoulders, and then I pull back down. Notice how my forearms stay vertical the whole time. They don't change angles. I'm not trying to collapse in here. Again, I'm not trying to bang together at the top and then come out. I pull, again, actively pulling straight down, pressing up. Pull straight down, press up, keeping them apart. Try to get that big stretch in the chest here, press back up, okay? Keep those weights moving. You can push with your legs harder, and that'll give you some assistance. From there, we're gonna take the dumbbells. They don't have to be the same. I'm just doing that right now for demonstration purposes, but we want as heavy of a weight as we can. We're gonna sit down using our legs, our butt, our core as our foundation. So I got a nice solid stance right here. I'm gonna row, and I'm gonna hold this. So I'm not doing reps, I'm just gonna hold, trying to touch my elbows together behind my back, pulling those shoulders back, making sure I'm not shrugging. I'm gonna keep those shoulders down away from the ear. I'm gonna hold here for 15 seconds. So it's just an isometric hold. One hold, row it up, hold it for 15 seconds. At that point, I'm gonna get on my cable. I have 2 handles. I've got these handles set up here on the same pulley system. You can do both. That's actually a great move if you've got your own cable system or you're at the gym by yourself, whatever. If you're hogging it up though, have some courtesy and just use one. Take a step back so that when you're in that starting position, starting low with the arms extended, you don't have the plates hitting each other so that you have constant tension in the cable. And we've done this before a lot. We're gonna squat down. This is our starting position, arms extended, butt down, standing rep, standing rep. I'm not actually leaving the ground. I am getting up on my toes. If you're new to this, just squat and stand. Get that move. We're trying to keep that core linking our upper and lower body so that the power of my legs can help me with the row motion of the upper body. We're 15 there. So we're gonna go 8 to 10 reps here on our incline press, a 15-second isometric hold in that squat stance, and then 15 fast reps if we can. Don't go faster than what you're capable of handling. We don't want our spine to move everywhere. Keep that core tight. We'll do 15 reps here with our reps. We're gonna do 4. So for our final circuit here, we're gonna start off with a pretty crazy little exercise for your core and then really gonna light up your hamstrings. I stole this from Megan Barrington. So she's the great and powerful creator of this. We're gonna start with a kettlebell back next to our knee, and I've just got a small sand ball. You can use a little medicine ball, really anything. You're gonna try to use that to create a little tactile feedback and squeeze those hamstrings. I'm bringing my hips forward into like a kneeling plank position, and again, actively trying to squeeze that ball. It's super important that we try to squeeze this ball the whole time. I guarantee you that your mind will forget about that. It's okay. Just constantly check in. Don't get too fast with this movement. Pull on those hamstrings and try to smash that ball. I'm gonna take my left hand and I'm using it, especially right here from the shoulder, pressing the ground away so I'm active. I don't wanna sink in like that. I wanna press out. I'm gonna start this kettlebell laying on its side and I'm gonna whip it forward. That's where the magic is, okay? And then I'm gonna pull back, you can drag it or lift it. I'm gonna whip it forward, pull back. Pause, make sure I'm squeezing, throw it out. Pause, squeeze, throw it out. Pause, squeeze here. I'm lifting it off the ground and trying to reach as far as I can. So I'm not just going I'm getting a big range here, and a big range out front. Squeezing that ball just like I forgot to do. We're gonna do 10 on the right and 10 on the left. This is a lot of core work. There's a lot of hamstring work. And honestly, it's gonna get your air moving quite a bit. All right? Next, we're gonna go to an old-fashioned kettlebell swing. Real quick review on the kettlebell swing. When we start, we want to start with the kettlebell out in front of us. We sit back into our hips, load your butt, your hamstrings, and notice how the kettlebell's on its edge. I don't want to start it here. I don't want to be leaned out over top of the kettlebell. I sit back, my legs are holding me up, nice tall posture. I hike the football, keeping it close to my groin area, and then I'm going to throw it out forward. Hike, then throw it out forward. Notice how I stop in the upright position. I don't want to get way out in front there. I stop where my hips are in the standing position. And then the kettlebell drifts forward, okay? Use those abs to stop you, and then try to stand tall and let the kettlebell shoot out forward. When we're done, we just end in the same position we started. For the third exercise here, we're just gonna do suitcase carries. So, we're gonna stand tall, shoulders back, nice proud posture, a little space between your arm and your body, and then we're gonna have our marches. Staying tall and controlled, not letting the weight pull us down here with that lateral flexion, not letting it pull us off to the side here. Staying tall, walking in that straight line, you'll feel the opposite side. So the kettlebell's in my right hand, I'm gonna feel that opposite side pulling a little bit, and I can use my stride, big high knee, long extension, pulling forward, making the hips, pelvis still, while making the femur and the legs move, using those hamstrings and glutes to propel us forward. The core works on keeping all of this still. Make the system work together, drill it. You're gonna make that exercise hard, okay? So, we're gonna do 4 sets of this, 10 each side on Megan's grips. Then we're gonna do 12 kettlebell swings, and then we're gonna try to walk 50 to 60 yards with the right hand, 50 to 60 yards with the left hand. Get your rest for a minute or 2 or 3 even, okay? And then we're back at it. Make sure you check in and squeeze that ball with your hamstrings and really rip out and throw that kettlebell for that first exercise. Have fun with it.